I can code, but I was never really identifying myself as an engineer, rather a product designer. And so that situation caused me to start to get hands-on with the AI. And it helped us so much. Because in the end, you need to develop this feeling for what makes the algorithms good. Also, in which cases should you not use AI? It's very, very important. My engineers, they like to build models for everything. And I said, maybe we can just do a keyword search. Let's try this first, yeah? Okay, it actually works. Like 80% of the problem is solved. And then for 20%, maybe we find a model that we can use and integrate. So I think the core with AI is that that it's very hard to predict, that you really need to, it's almost like getting to know a person. Like I know my agents as if they were people. I know which areas they are good in. I know what I can give them so that they produce better results. It's like when you become this expert with Google, when you search, when I type in this thing, I don't know, for instance, when you look for something that helps you solve a problem, as soon as you type in the word problem, all the product pages are filtered out because nobody writes problem in their product page, right? So this is a little bit knowledge about how people tick. This is what you need for your own AI systems. So I think it requires a very, very hands-on approach. I'm testing a lot. I'm checking the models myself, and I go very, very deep. And that has been a core change for us. Because before I was just telling the engineers what to do and I wasn't really hands-on, but now I'm way more hands-on. And
what changed, Sebastian, what changed when you understood, you understood how AI works, you started doing some coding yourself. What changed between you and engineers? Like what was the difference between that communication?
I think for product owners, it's the engineers, they smell if you know this stuff or not. We have a super nice team, so nobody's like abusing if you don't know that, but it allows you to have a better conversation. So I'm a big fan of knowing the material that other people work with, I still know there was this one case, like one engineer told me, this can't be done. And I was so frustrated. I was trying to fix it myself overnight. And I showed it to him, said, this can be fixed. And you see, here's the fix. And then, after that, he never asked again. Because that's something that there is this power balance. So I think that product managers in these specific tech areas who don't have this deep knowledge, I think they will struggle. Because also for me, sometimes it's good that I don't know everything so deep, but it's very good to have this broad range of understanding. Yeah. So like our engineers were working until 4 a.m. So that's to finish it. Yeah. And I didn't ask for it. But it's like, so wow, we have to finish it and then they ship, yeah? And that's a cool excitement to have. And these problems, they require this craziness, It's like, because if you stop the product development at this mediocre stage at like 70-80%, then the results will not be convincing. Yeah, there's this tipping point, and it comes relatively late, at which moment the thing is actually produces something useful. And so there's a long phase of where does it really work? And then but if you don't have the spirit and the energy in the team that everybody's like pushing towards that, then you will not reach it, and then you will have a problem which even super big companies had. Yeah, like we had this.
Sebastian, how do you know with a tipping point? How do you know you are going to reach that once you're in the middle and you're putting a lot of effort? It doesn't work.
Don't. It's very hard to know. I can tell you, so for instance, we were looking for companies from a country. Yeah, find me all companies that do X in, I don't know, Poland or in Canada. Yeah, we actually look for Canada.
Right.
And then you think, okay, I just make a search, right? Companies, Poland. But there's like lots of companies that want to sell there that have, they're not actually based there and so on. And you just come back with a list which is like totally bad. And then you need a new approach, right? How can you find it better? And so that is when the interesting stuff starts to happen. I recently had a person, she asked me, like, how do you come up with good ideas or new ideas? I was like, we come of the ideas from those problems that we run into. And then, and then it requires everybody's like not sleeping well. And then the next morning, maybe it's like, I have an idea how we could do it. And let's try it out. And then, it works. Yeah. So this is this type of spirit that we have, but we can't really, in the meantime, we get more confident that we will have those moments, but it's hard to predict them.